reminds me just a hint of Kerosene's Unknown Pleasures. Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo and I am back with another house review. This is also another Black Lives Matter perfume, and this is from the house of Kirk Eliott. The two that I have, and he's got at least one more offering besides this. He also has room sprays. He's got some clothing in his line. And the two that I got are Unconditional and Intentional. So I have been testing these out for about 3 weeks now. I've worn them several times. And I keep going back and forth which one is my favorite, whether it's Unconditional or it's Intentional. I keep wanting to say unintentional and conditional, but it's Unconditional and Intentional. So, because immediately I appreciated Unconditional more. It's more gourmandy than Intentional. Intentional is more green and fresh, where this one is more gourmandy, more warm. And at first, I really loved Unconditional. But after about the third, maybe fourth wearing, I flip-flopped and went to Intentional. I was like, oh no, this is the one I like more. And then after 3 or 4 more wearings, I was like, no, I like this one more. So I don't know. I can't tell you which one I like more. I will say that Unconditional is more, I feel, winter fare or cool weather fare. Whereas Intentional, I think, is better spring, summer. And I have been wearing it quite a bit more because of that reason. So we'll just start with Intentional. So Intentional is bergamot, sun-ripened tomatoes, fresh-cut rose, oak moss, and tea. And that's it in a nutshell. I can't add a lot to that because you smell all of that. It's very bergamot, rose, and it's fresh cut rose, but it's not a watery rose. I got to distinguish that, because if it was a watery rose, I probably wouldn't do a review on it, because you know how I feel about them. And I don't want to do a negative review, especially on an independent house. I refuse to do a negative review. I might talk to them personally if I had a chance and tell them my thoughts, my honest thoughts. But I'm not going to go on here and slam an indie perfumer. No. So anyway, this is very unisex, and I completely get the bergamot, the rose, the fresh cut rose, and the tea. I don't get a lot of oak moss, and that's okay with me. It's sweet and fresh, but there's also this earthy, vegetative note in there that I know is the tomato, because I can totally smell the tomato. Even though it's really well blended, I can smell the tomato, because Ilde Soliani uses tomato quite a bit in her perfumes, and so I'm kind of fixated on it when I do smell it. Oh, it's so pretty. There's a hint of soapy in the deep dry down, and it goes on the verge of being too much for me, but it never quite gets there. So I just gobble it up. I have just been wearing the heck out of this. And it performs so well. One spray, because that's all I've been testing, because I usually test each of these, one on each hand. I haven't worn it on my clothes. One spray lasted 6 to 8 hours. You know, it became a skin scent after hour 4, hour 5 maybe, but the performance is unbelievable. I really, really enjoy this one. It's completely unisex. I think this is more geared to daytime wear. I wear it to work because it's not, as long as you only do one spray. If I was to do 2 sprays, I think that would be too much. I think it would become beast mode, to be honest with you. But with 1 spray, it just leaves this beautiful light sillage, not a heavy sillage. And it's fresh, it's clean, it's green, it's moist. Because that oak moss you'd think would add some powderiness to it, but I don't get that. It's like fresh rained on kind of plants, tomato plants, and bergamot and tea. It's like they've just been rain soaked. Oh, it's so nice. Yep, it's good stuff. And the prices are crazy on his website. Just crazy good. All right, next up is Unconditional. Unconditional, like I said, is more geared towards, I think, cooler weather. It's more gourmand to me, but I don't think it's quite so versatile as Intentional. I think Intentional is one that you could wear because it is almost beastly in cooler months, because it would do just fine. This one, I'm not sure. Oh, this one smells so good. Let me tell you the notes, and then I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of just a little bit. This has tangerine, tobacco, firewood, amber, and cedarwood. And I know with those notes that it shouldn't, but it reminds me just a hint of Kerosine's Unknown Pleasures. Wow, that was a big loop. It has that almost graham crackery kind of a note in there like Kerosine's does, because to me it smells like those, oh, here I go again, what the hell are the name of those sugar cones? Are they? Is that it? The sweet sugar cones, you know, the brown ones that look like a waffle cone. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, a waffle cone. To me, Kerosene smells like a waffle cone. That's one of the things. And this has a hint of that, even though the notes don't really correlate. I mean, tangerine, tobacco, firewood, amber, and cedarwood. But it's sweet without being real sweet. Oh, it's woody, but it's not a woody perfume. You would think with all of the firewood and the cedarwood in there that it might be designated as a woody perfume, but it isn't. I don't think it's an amber perfume. I don't think it is a tobacco perfume, and I don't think it's a gourmand perfume. I think it's a little bit of each of those put together. Oh, it's really lovely. It's really lovely. Now, he runs out of this one pretty quick. I saw that he was out. I don't know if he's got any more back in stock, but I'm sure he'll make some more. Performance on this is just a hint less for me than it is for Intentional, which is weird because Intentional is a green fragrance and a spring summer fragrance. But it does. It lasts about 5 to 6. Oh, it smells so beautiful. And it doesn't have that indie kind of harshness that makes it really masculine. Not for me. But I appreciate that indie roughness sometimes in perfumes. Not necessarily for me to wear, but for my husband to wear. Imagine that. Like I need another reason to attack him. Oh, it smells so good. It really does remind me of Unknown Pleasures by Kerosene, because it's got that sweet, fruity freshness, citrusy top note. And then it goes into very softly into this this almost waffle cone kind of a smell to me. I do not know which one I like better. See, I think I like this one a hint more because fall is coming up. So I'm kind of getting out of the mode of my spring summer perfumes and starting to get into the mode of my fall winter perfumes, which is my favorite. That's when I get to wear my powerhouses. Oh my God, this is so good. It's so good. If you can get your nose on it, you really should. Kirk Eliott has done a great job. Got some clothing on there, some room sprays. You know, it's a little bit of everything. It's called the Kirk Eliott Experience, and I will put a link down below so you guys can just hit it and jump there and check him out. So really good stuff. I'm sorry I couldn't pick a favorite, but I love them both. And that is Intentional and Unconditional by Kirk Eliott. You really should go show him some love and check out some of his fairs. You can get these little tiny, I don't know if these are 5 or 10. I can never tell. I can't tell just by looking and saying, oh, that's 5, that's 10, that's 7.5. I'm going to say, I think these are 5. And the price was really reasonable. I can't remember what it was, but it's super, super reasonable. You can also get the full bottles. I want to say they were like $70 for a, I think it was a 50 ml bottle. So super reasonable. There's no reason more people aren't trying his perfumes. Well, he's selling out, so obviously people are. So that was the Kirk Eliott 2 perfumes that I have from him. And I'm just loving this journey of checking out all these Black Lives Matter fragrances in stores, and I still have more coming, so I'm not done yet, and I hope I never am. I just want all the black people to get out there that want to, and all the brown people that want to, and just make the perfume world blow up by creating so many different unique perfume houses, and I will be there to check out them all. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ding, ding, ding that bell. If you won't, if you don't, it's all good. I still love you. Use your own nose. Peace.